What are combat drones? Often in military history, a single weapons system can become emblematic of a whole age of warfare. An unmanned combat aerial vehicle, also known as a combat drone, colloquially shortened as drone or battlefield UAV, is an aircraft without any human pilot, crew, or passengers on board. Uses aerodynamic forces to provide vehicle lift. UAVs are a component of an unmanned aircraft system, UAS, which includes adding a ground-based controller and a system of communications with the UAV. Unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, is used for intelligence, surveillance, target acquisition, and reconnaissance, and carries aircraft ordnance such as missiles, ATGMs, and/or bombs in hard points for drone strikes. These drones are usually under real-time human control. UAVs were originally developed through the 20th century for military missions too dull, dirty or dangerous for humans, and by the 21st, they had become essential assets to most militaries. The earliest UAVs were known as remotely piloted vehicles, RPVs, or drones. Modern UAVs debuted as an important weapons system in the early 1980s, when the Israeli Defense Forces fitted small drones resembling large model airplanes with trainable television and infrared cameras, and with target designators for laser-guided munitions, all downlinked to a control station. Role of drones in modern warfare. Drones assumed the leading role in counter-terrorism for three reasons. First, their low noise meant that adversaries were less likely to detect their presence. Second, drones could loiter over an area longer than manned aircraft. Lastly, they could fly low and expose themselves to enemy fire in order to verify the nature of their targets. Upon being inducted into Afghanistan, drones became a favored means of assassinating Taliban leaders. Fear of drone strikes led to the Taliban randomly executing members of local tribes on suspicion of being informers. This in turn increased the flow of community intelligence to security forces, as the tribesmen sought revenge. Drones have saved scores of American soldiers by helping in the detection of buried roadside bombs and pursuit of the bombers. The United States, for instance, is widely believed to now be using drones to monitor the Iranian nuclear program. Finally, drones also obviate the need for combat search and rescue operations should an aircraft be shot down. Role of drones in Armenia and Azerbaijan war. The war between Armenia and Azerbaijan started on the 27th of September, over the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region. The war resulted in significant gains for Azerbaijan in the occupied Nagorno-Karabakh region and serious losses for the Armenian army. Turkey, which lent military and diplomatic support to Azerbaijan, played a major role in the retaking of Baku's occupied territories in the 44-day operation. Especially after Armenia's attack on Tovuz, Turkey clearly supported Baku. While Armenia only fought with tanks, artillery and air defense systems, Azerbaijan relied heavily on drones, specifically the Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 and the Israeli-made kamikaze drones. The two drones can carry bombs of up to 55 kilograms and 15 kilograms respectively. In the initial stages of the conflict, Azerbaijan's Soviet-era aircraft were converted into drones, and sent over Nagorno-Karabakh, which forced the Armenian forces to fire and reveal their artillery positions and air defense systems. Once their positions were revealed, they were exposed to subsequent attacks by armed drones. Furthermore, deeper penetration into Nagorno-Karabakh helped Azerbaijan disrupt the Armenian supply lines and logistics. Azerbaijan took a biplane with a single propeller engine and converted it into unmanned single-use drones, which were sent to the Armenian defenses. Armenians activated their radars and missile batteries, which disclosed their positions. The Azerbaijan drone that had been encircling the area then came in and destroyed them. That's how almost the entire Armenian air defense and missile defense, surface-to-air missile defense was taken out. Role of drones in Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine has made extensive use of drones, from the Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 to hobbyist drones supporting civil resistance. Although evidence of Russian drone use early in the conflict was limited, Russia appears to have stepped up its efforts, employing systems like the All-10 and the KVLA loitering munition. During the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, drones operated by Azerbaijani forces were highly successful in taking out Armenian platforms. Open-source analysts attribute the destruction of 120 tanks, 53 armored fighting vehicles, 143 towed artillery pieces, and numerous other targets to Azerbaijan's TB2S. By comparison, so far in Ukraine, the TB2S successful strikes have been high-profile, but have destroyed only 6 armored fighting vehicles, 5 towed artillery pieces, and no tanks. Ukraine's drone successes may also really just be Russian failures. Russia's military operations in Ukraine have been marked by significant problems. 8 years later, the Russians are again invading Ukraine. And since the earlier incursion, the Russian military has spent approximately $9 billion to domestically produce an armada of some 500 drones, aka unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs. The heavy hitter for Ukraine in this war, though, is the Bayraktar TB2 drone, a combat aerial flyer with a wingspan of 12 meters and an armament of 4 laser-guided bombs. As of the beginning of March, and after losing 2 TB2S to Russian-backed separatist forces in Lugansk, Ukraine had a complement of 30 of the drones, which were designed and developed in Turkey. These drones are specifically aimed at destroying tanks and as of the 24th of March had been credited with destroying 26 vehicles, 10 surface-to-air missile systems, and 3 command posts. Various reports have put the cost of a TB2 at anywhere from $1 million to $10 million. Turkey and drone technology. From technically manning sensitive military areas to luring hobbyists throughout the world, drone technology has developed and prospered in the last few years. Turkey has risen to the world's top 3 in combat drone technology. The level Turkey has reached in unmanned aerial vehicle technology shows the success of its capabilities in the defense industry, a feat recognized by the whole world. US-China are all experimenting with AI-driven drone swarms, in which dozens or hundreds of UAVs act in concert to overwhelm enemy forces. Some human rights organizations and AI researchers are calling for a ban on killer robots, saying that even if this technology does not result in the nightmare scenario from the Terminator movies, in which intelligent bots turn on their human inventors, drone proliferation is dangerous.